In the beginning, it wasn't a poison, it was sacred. For thousands of years, Native Americans used tobacco to speak with spirits, a peace pipe, a prayer, a bridge to nature. But then, sails appeared on the horizon. Christopher Columbus brought the leaf to Europe, but it was Jean Nicot, yes, the father of nicotine, who turned it into a sensation. He sent it to the Queen of France for her migraines. It worked. Suddenly, tobacco was hailed as a holy herb. Europe was hooked without knowing the cost. But notice, nobody was smoking it yet. Back then, tobacco was crushed into a fine powder called snuff. It was a status symbol for aristocrats to sniff. The danger hadn't reached the lungs yet. However, Europe's new addiction demanded a terrible price. To feed this hunger, massive plantations were built in America. The foundation of this empire was laid on the backs, the sweat and the pain of millions of enslaved people stolen from Africa. Then came the need for speed. Until 1880, cigarettes were rolled by hand, slow and expensive. Then James Bonsack invented the machine. It could roll 120,000 cigarettes a day. The weapon was now mass-produced. Now they needed loyal customers. War provided them. Generals said, "We need tobacco as much as bullets." Governments put free cigarettes in soldiers' rations. Millions of young men returned home as heroes and loyal addicts. Yet half the population was missing: women. Enter Edward Bernays, the master manipulator. He staged an event where women lit cigarettes as torches of freedom. He sold them rebellion, but in reality, he was just chaining them to a new master. And for the men, they created the ultimate symbol of rugged independence, the cowboy. They wrapped the poison in the myth of the Wild West. The message was clear. You weren't just inhaling smoke, you were inhaling power and toughness. But the ultimate betrayal came from science. Trust was bought. In the 1940s, doctors appeared in advertisements claiming cigarettes were throat-friendly. The white coat was used to sell a black lie. When real science caught up in the 50s, the industry panicked. Their solution? The filter. But here is the irony. The first filters contained blue asbestos. To protect people from cancer, they forced them to inhale one of the most carcinogenic substances on Earth. This was no longer just a plant. It was an engineered product. Companies added ammonia in labs to create free-base nicotine. The goal? To make the nicotine hit the brain faster and harder. They hacked the chemistry to ensure addiction. Centuries of history lead to this biological reality. It is a chemical weapon stripping your veins, rewiring your brain, and rewriting your DNA code. Finally, in the late 90s, the secret spilled out. Massive lawsuits exposed their internal documents. They had known about the addiction and cancer risks for decades. They paid billions in settlements, but the empire survived. Today, every single year, 8 million new graves are dug. From a sacred ritual to a slave-built industry, fueled by lies and weaponized by science, this is the true empire of tobacco.